And I'm live. Da, 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 da. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to MacBean Fitness. Let me move this out here. So I had an active evening, to say the least. I got this crazy idea when I got off of work, take a hike back in the woods. And I did. Oh, there went my hummingbird. I think it was Binx. There's Binx out on her throne, just relaxing. Guess whose chair that is? If you guessed mine, you guessed correctly. She'll sleep on my chair. So, it's Monday. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. I don't know. I don't dislike them. But I like Fridays better. So the first thing we're going to start off with is I'm going to boil some eggs. And it's so nice, we might just go walk out on the deck and finish the rest of this chat. Because the eggs are pretty much self-cooking. Now what I do is when I boil them, I boil a bunch of them. Because I'll take a bunch to work, throw some salt on them. And it's easy, inexpensive protein. That's 7, 8. I think 10 will be the number. There's 10. Yep. But if I crowd them too much, then they tend to break. And that's no good. It's Binx's chair. She just lets you sit there from time to time. So you would think it's that way. I would also suspect that she agrees. So that's the wrong burner. All right, so we kick the ultra power burner to medium. Because it's a big pan, I'm going to set for about 22 minutes. And then check on it in about 12 minutes and see if it's boiling. Robin, good morning. So since it is so nice, I think I'm going to sit on the deck. Binx will say, well, I'll let you. Only because I know I'll get some petting. She goes, I'll let you because I know I'll get some petting. Won't you? Oh, I know. There we go. Let's get. Say hi, Binx. Hi. We got our new collar, new flea collar. They're good for about 4 months. And it was getting towards the end, so we got another one. I know how to speak fluent dog and cat, yeah. All I gotta do is shake the kitty food. Well, actually now I just gotta call her. And she'll come running. I go to the garden, she'll come following out there sometimes. Especially if I haven't petted her yet. I go out to the pond at night, she'll follow. Now when I went out to the woods, she didn't follow me. Because you're on your own. I'll stay here and guard the deck. I don't blame her. But I did see, well, if you haven't watched the video, you need to. But it was an interesting walk. It was nice and quiet. But because I was quiet, I was able to spot a few things. But not as much activity as I thought there would be. I think probably around 4 in the morning, I think the activity kicks up. But at 4 in the morning, I'm sleeping. The only time I used to go out there that early was during deer season. And I make sure I'd snap into the deer stand so I wouldn't fall asleep and fall out of it. It's a real thing. So the channel's having a really, really good, great week. I'm thinking doing the 3 to 5 minute videos are far more productive than the shorts. Those 30-second shorts, although they're enjoyable and you can get a lot of views, and they're good for probably getting me new subscribers, but it seems like the interactive live streams are coming second, and then the actual videos themselves that are more than a minute long do the best. So a lot of times where I would just do, the garden thing or the animal thing or the pond thing or Binx I do for under a minute, I am now making sure I'm doing more than a minute. You're just loving it, aren't you? Yeah. She just loves it when she gets all this attention. And now that it's cooler out here, this is kind of actually the preferred place to be. Hey, Paradise Acres, good morning. So just sitting here on the deck, I got the eggs boiling. Well, got them on the heat anyway. They're not boiling yet. So I figured I'd bring in the computer out here on the deck and spend some quality time with Binx the Ninja Cat. So I appreciate the thumbs up, everybody. It does help, as John says, the algorithm helps to push notifications and all that good stuff. So if you did come in, please remember to hit the thumbs up. And then also commenting and getting in chat helps, sharing video, all that YouTubey stuff. So it's going to be a beautiful day. I think the high is only going to be 69 degrees. So after breakfast, I will probably go out for a little walk. Northern Girl Hobbies, good morning. How we doing? So you got a nice 2-minute video there, just camera there by the stream. That was nice and relaxing. Yeah, but what I like about the boiled eggs is, I can take them to work, and I have a nutritious protein snack. So I'm doing those instead of buying the protein bars, which are basically just a candy bar with protein. Got a pile of fish to get preserved. There you go. I still got cans of tomatoes and salsa and pickles from last year. So I don't think I'm going to do, I don't think I'm going to do any canning. I didn't even go through half of the canning I did last year. So for me to can more is kind of ridiculous. Canned goods the pickles are good for a year and a half. Only because I keep them in a nice, cool, controlled environment. Ooh. Oh, hi there. Oh, hi. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's such a good kitty. So this used to be a feral cat. And for 6 years, wouldn't get within 30 feet of me. Now she's my buddy. Yes, she is. Oh, yeah. So it's Monday, the start of the week. Tuesday will be bench day, so I'll be in the gym. Probably the one in the streeter. Gas is went up a little bit again. That Binomics. It's up to about $3.69 a gallon. Here, if I go towards Joliet, it gets to be $4.20 a gallon or $4.19. In Chicago, probably close to $5. Why it's more in a city that's easier to get stuff to, I don't know. He thinks it's probably taxes. The city's probably put a lot of taxes on. So I harvested you're going to fall down, Katie, if you ain't careful. I harvested a bag of potatoes yesterday. I got about, I think, maybe 12 to 14, 12 good sized ones, and then some small ones. So I was pretty happy with that. I got one more grow bag, and then I got the tire to do yet. The one in the tire is still green and still growing. So until the top of it dies, I'm not going to harvest it. The other one probably can be harvested anytime, but I'll wait until next week. Right? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's those claws, Cat. So she has her claws because she's a hunter and she lives outside. So I want her the ability to protect herself. Sometimes she forgets that I don't have a layer of fur to absorb those claws. Oh my goodness. I spoil her rotten. You haven't even brought up any offerings for a while. You used to bring up offerings. She doesn't do that anymore. It's amazing when you get a feral cat to trust you. Yep. I had one I worked security for a steel plant in Chicago that they closed down the plant and they were shipping all the presses to China. And I had a feral cat that used to follow me on my route. So I'd bring food. And I never got to pet it, but it would stay very close to me. So it would follow me on all my checkpoints and make sure I was okay. But I'd bring it a can of tuna every day and feed it. So a lot of times that has a lot to do with it. Boy, she is just too comfortable. So if you're in chat, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you pop in and say hello. Say hi to Binx, the ninja cat. You don't see her, she was never here. All right. I gotta go back in the kitchen. Now watch this. All right, I gotta get up. I gotta go. I gotta get up. I gotta go. I gotta get up. I gotta get up. I'm getting up. I'm getting up, silly. She's like, I'll just lay here. I swear she'd dump off the side. Or otherwise I would catch a bunch of claws. So the timer's at 12 minutes right now. And this is when I'd want the water to start boiling. It's just starting to get the reminiscence of boiling. So I'm going to pop the timer for probably 14 minutes. And that should be good. While I'm doing that, I might as well fire up the bacon. Now the bacon I won't be taking with me to work because I'm going to eat it all here. So the bacon I use for flavor, for protein, for a cooking medium to cook other things in. And then I save it. I don't know if you can see it, but I got 2 tubs of bacon grease right there. And I use it for baking or pre-seasoning a pan. So between the eggs, I'll probably have, but I did have a big shake this morning, which I posted up there. And so that shake was probably about 50 grams of protein, probably about 800 calories. So I'm low calorie up for this morning. This is my second breakfast. And I'll probably do 3 eggs. That's 18 grams of protein. 2 pieces of bacon, there are 6, there's 24. Then a glass of Fairlife milk is going to be another 20 at least grams of protein. So I'll be getting plenty of proteins and then probably about 400 calories. So I'll be at 1,200 calories before lunchtime. I guess the recommended amount of calories somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 if you're not active. If you're active, probably 2,000 to 2,500. Right now, I'm trying to bump mine up to about 3,000. I've been dropping weight in a good way. And I think a lot of it has to do with a supplement I'm taking. And I did some more research on it. If you're going to be taking things, you need to know the good, the bad, and the ugly. And the one I'm taking, it says it can cause, not that it will, but it can cause liver problems. So then I do take things for my liver to make sure I got that taken care of. There we go. So milk thistle to keep my liver healthy. And then this ashwagandha. Really, I think it's for males. The wife was asking about it because she knows I've been losing weight. And I did some research. And I think it's more beneficial to the male. It can be beneficial. But it's saying if you have thyroid issues, that this is probably not something to take. And her thyroid is good, but it's on the low end. So I actually ordered her something for thyroid support. Then I have turmeric and moringa for breathing. So these are things I've added to everything else that I take. I now take magnesium at night. I take it during the day too, but I take it before I go to bed. And that helps me sleep. All right, who we got here? Commando VR, hello, welcome to the chat. Remember, hit the thanks up. We both have done so much for the feral kittens, yep. Now, there's two other cats that visit, but they're not feral. They live across the street. I call them, want to come in for a handout and try to take Binx's food. So the first time one was on the deck, Binx was on the top stair just howling at it. And I came out and jumped at it and it took off, and the wife was laughing. She goes, Binx was just sitting there like, yeah, get him, Daddy. She was just standing there on the deck, holding her ground, feeling good about me going after that cat. And she did have a possum up here, which she tolerates, and a raccoon, which she tolerates. So for a while, we were bringing the food inside because we were starting to get other furry mammals showing up that necessarily possum I don't have a problem with. The possums like never or rarely ever have rabies, but raccoons definitely do. So you get a virtual reality headset. There's so much to do on there. So, and this is just my opinion, and my opinion is not based on actually having any real experience with a VR headset, because I do not have one. I know my army buddy has one, and he messes around with it every now and then. But I have an RR headset. It's called My Eyes, and it's real reality. And I go and I walk. I went to the woods last night. That video is uploaded. I walk around the neighborhood, around the farms, and that's my VR headlight. So, personal opinion, it's not something that I'm interested in. I know they're popular, nothing wrong with them. It's just, I can't, well, I mean, I play Fallout 4 every now and then, or Skyrim. But it's generally because the weather is so bad, or it's late, and I just need to do something before I go to bed, that I do it. But I'm not even doing that anymore because I discovered some karaoke channels I get to listen to. One is Harold's Karaoke, the other one is Deb's Wood Burning. And they're singing, and that relaxes me. You know, I take the magnesium, I chug a bottle of water. They get me in a relaxed mood, which probably a video game does not. And then I go to bed. So I found a better alternative for that. So, nothing against them. I'm sure they're popular, and I'm sure I'd have a really bad weather day. I've had fun with it. But it's not something I care to do. But because I have no experience in it, unlike a lot of people on Twitter and TikTok who also give an opinion on something that they know nothing about, I'm not going to do that. Because I know nothing about them. My buddy has one, he says he likes it, but he's not on it at all. That's all I can say about it. That's all I've got to say about that. But if you find enjoyment out of it, then by all means, if it makes you happy, then go ahead and do it. Because that's part of life too. If it makes you happy and you enjoy it, and you're getting more enjoyment out of life, then that's a good thing. So, taking that midnight walk back in the woods, I'm glad I did it. Because it rained early this morning. I was going to go out there this morning. I still got wet because you had all that dew. Mary Miles, good morning. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. And but it was cool. I hadn't done a walk in the woods when it was that dark in a very long time. So it was enjoyable. I did locate a deer or two. If you're watching the video, you can just barely see the eyes reflecting back. I didn't try to get any closer because it looks like they were nice and relaxed. I didn't want to have them try to bust out of the woods in the middle of the night. Right. To each their own to be happy. As long as it's not hurting anybody, you do you. You know, I didn't always feel that way. I used to be kind of a little bit too judgmental, but now I kind of look at it and say, listen, this is what works for me. There might be a different variation that works for you. If it works for you, keep doing it. Absolutely. Just go out and be happy. After I get done eating, if it's not raining, I'll probably take a walk. I want to walk that same trail because it's early enough. And I'm just curious how many cans will be there over the weekend because we had our town celebration day. And I'm wondering if that would have kept cans off the road or if it would have added cans on the road. I'm not sure which. Inquiring minds want to know. So we'll find out. I invite you to watch my video, Midnight Madness, Walk in the Dark Woods. I did last night. I'm going to do more hikes back in the woods. Oh, there's the hummingbird. So the hummingbird tries to feed off my hurricane lanterns I have hanging out there. I'd run and go get the foam, but she's going to be gone time I get back. But what are the chances she'll come back while I've got the camera in my hand? That trick never works. Look, Rocky, I pull a rabbit out of my hat. Again. I get this hummingbird that thinks my hurricane lanterns, and I got only 2 of them hung up. Where'd the third one go? Ruh-roh. Thought I had 3 hung up there. Interesting. Oh, I know where it's at. It's in back. I used it for my Fallout 3 picture. So, Mama Jim, how we doing? I was able to catch you on the prepping artist. I couldn't hear anything because I was at work. Yeah, here. And I got 6. There's so much background noise at work, I can't hear anything. So, but I go in there for the thumbs up, and then usually if the comments a lot of times will give me an idea of what's going on. I'm gonna have to get. I do have some earbuds that probably fit underneath the hearing protection. I just keep forgetting to bring them in. One of these days I'll remember to bring them in. But remember, hit the thumbs up. As John says, got to help that algorithm. It's kind of on fire today. I seen that thing about New Mexico yesterday. And like, you got to be kidding. The only thing is if people are dumb enough to re-elect her, that will be the problem. So I think they're testing the waters to see if it's a political game changer, and if they do that and then they find out they're out of a job, then they'll probably stop pushing it. When you got that Beta O'Rourke down there in Texas, and he's an irritating folk. I think so. But I remember when I stayed in Moriarty on my way to Florida, we stopped at a little mom and pop gun store to get ammo. Back then when some ammos were hard to get and had plenty. We have to have a conversation about it. No, we don't have to have a conversation about it. Conversation was made a long time ago. That's one of those things I won't back down on. So the bacon's done. Bacon! And usually what I do is I bring it out and put it on a napkin to kind of just drain some of the extra bacon grease out of it. It helps crisp it up. I got 2 green peppers that I picked from the garden this morning. I got 3 tomatoes still. I already pulled out another thing of bacon because tomorrow when I come back from the gym, I'm thinking BLTs. Bless you, I think. Yes. That was a sneeze. I'll take the bless you. What I'm making just simple one this time. Just hard-boiled eggs. Some will eat now, some will take to work. And bacon. And then we'll chop up some veggies. Be a very simple, easy breakfast. People go, I don't have time for breakfast. Boil eggs the night before. That's what I used to do when I worked mornings. I'd boil eggs the night before and they'd be in the fridge and I'd just grab them. Remember, Ray, coffee's not breakfast. And I didn't even have coffee this morning. It's something I can take or leave. It really doesn't sit well with me sometimes. I don't really it doesn't wake me up. But if I drink it at night, it'll keep me up. If that makes any sense. Yeah, Super Nintendo in '87. Yep. I missed I raised my kids with gaming. My oldest is 39. He lives in VR. Yeah. So out of the 3 kids, and it was a long time before I got them an Xbox. It's only because I got it on points. So I broke it out for Christmas. They're all excited. And I said, each kid gets an hour on it a day. So they get an hour, play whatever they want. And if they're playing together, well then, each one could get 2 hours that way because, you could be on one kid's hour. If you're double playing, I didn't count it against you. But the boy, that's all he wanted to do. I tell him, all right, your hour's up. Oh, I'm bored. This sucks. I'm bored. This sucks. I'm bored. I picked, the second day, December 26th, I packed up the Xbox. I said, okay, we're done with this. We've got 2 weeks off, and if you think you're going to sit in front of the TV with the Xbox the whole Christmas vacation, I got news for you. It ain't happening. I packed it back up. I kept it, but I packed it back up. Well, within about 2 hours of complaining he was bored, he went outside and started having some fun. So what I do is I cool down the eggs really quick. I first start with cold water, and then I dump ice in there. And the whole idea with eggs, if you cool them quickly, it helps pull it away from the shell. So when it's time to shell them, they're supposed to shell these, right? And I find that they, the next day after I put them in the fridge, they're even more easy to just sit there and process. So I got the eggs cooling down. I got my, well, I'm not going to take the magnesium right now. I don't want to go sleep. But I always start with a complete vitamin. I have added a few other things like vitamin K and iron I take once or twice a week. I bought some cayenne pepper. It's supposed to help with digestive health. Do all the things. Thyroid support. Here we had it the whole time. I don't remember buying this. I just ordered this. Mom and I got to have a talk. So I'll be adding this to her regime. Hers is on the low end. It's still good, but it is on the low end. So I'll have to be getting up early in the morning with her, making sure she takes this. I just ordered about that. And here it was sitting in her back all the time. Well, what did I tell you? Sometimes you gotta pay attention to what's in your cabinet. Big dummy. So I do take a lot of supplements. I know I do. But the thing of it is my health is excellent. I take no medications. I generally have good energy throughout the whole day. I sleep better now. Morning, Papa's Farms. Did I miss you in there somewhere? I just sent you an email. Okay. Yeah, reload. Come on. Oh, okay. All right. I can take care of that. Now, Mama Jim, the reason I do it is I had a troll that would mirror my subscribers' accounts and pose as them. Well, he can't mirror the wrench, and that's why I do that. It's not I'm expecting you to do any moderation at all, but I will definitely honor that email. Not a problem. But I mean that's why I'm doing it. I'm not expecting any moderation duties in that. I just did that, and it made the troll go away. He would come in with about 10, 15 accounts, and he would pose as other people. And when he posed as my daughter one time, and I got a little upset about that. So, yeah, it is. I mean, they mirror your account. Now, when you click on them and go to their account, you can tell it was just created. You can tell it's not that person, but you have to do that. And, for the first couple comments, he'd have us fooled. But sometimes that person goes, hey, wait a minute, that's not me. So that's why I was doing it. He hasn't been around for a while, but at one time, he was a real issue for a long time. So, yeah, it protects us from the trolls. And any troll that sees a channel with that many mods, a lot of times they just avoid too. Other channels do the same thing. And that was the only reason I was doing it. I'm not, but I mean, I took it off, and I'll leave it off. But that's why I did that. So I wasn't trying to have you do anything for the channel. I was just trying to make sure no one mirrored your account. Because I've had you send me a friend request on Facebook. You're already my friend. So I knew that was a hack. They do that on Facebook too, where you get a friend request, you go, wait a minute. I've already got that person. So that's the first thing. There's a lot of tricky emails going on out there now. And messages, and the wife was sitting there going, I just seeing that, it says, your account, I said, well, don't click on it. Well, I already did. Okay, so ask me these questions before you click on it. And it wasn't 2 minutes later. Well, I got another thing. It says this. I said, don't click on it. I already did. I said, you're not listening. This is how you get hacked. All right. Your password, somebody tried to attempt it in. You need to change your password. Follow this link. No, that's how they get your password. Another one was, oh, this person died, in this video. That's another hack. No one died. When you click on it, now they're into your stuff. I've even gotten where, YouTube has put a copyright strike against me, and I have to click on here for more information. Well, luckily it was on my phone the first time, and the phone said, nope, we're not going there. So I realized it was a hack. I got a hold of YouTube about it. Figured they probably should be concerned about it. They didn't seem to be too concerned. And I've gotten that email 3 different times now where they're trying to get me to click something. So, yeah, you get those things, your Amazon password or your Amazon account's overdue. Click here. No, don't click there. Go to your Amazon, check your notifications, and you'll find out the notification is not there. So they're getting clever. So sometimes I have to get clever. But yeah, it is possible. I didn't know it either the first few times. But when he did my daughter, and my daughter was a moderator, and I realized there was no blue wrench there. You can ask Ray. We probably blocked 50 of his accounts. This is one person. It was just one person doing it. So now I haven't had him. I imagine it's a 14-year-old mentality male. Could be 30, but he's a 14-year-old mentality that was doing it. And that's why I was doing that. But I do apologize, and thanks for sending an email. And it's been corrected. So anyway, back to nutrition. You got the incredible edible egg. I have cooled them down. Now I have my Fairlife milk. And every time we go to the store, I buy anywhere from 2 to 4 of these. And I'm down to 2. We go through them so fast. It's good that I do. It's very good nutrition. Half the sugar, 50% more protein. Really a healthy food alternative for you. So that's right about 20 grams of protein there. I got 24 there, 44 grams. Your target per meal is somewhere between 30 and 50 grams. Anything over 50 grams, you're probably just passing the excess through the system. So now that I have the eggs fairly cooled down, the theory is they should be easier, to peel. And then I just cut them in half, throw some salt and pepper on them, and I'm ready to roll. Okay, this one's feeling pretty good. Oh, another thing I do, I take the vitamin E capsules at night before I go to bed, and I stab a hole in them, and I rub the vitamin E directly on the skin around my eyes and the top of my head, so they have no hair to hold the moisture in. It gets pretty dry, and I notice a huge improvement in my skin in that area. I also rub a little bit on top of my ear because it gets rubbed raw a lot because of my safety glasses. Those are things you can do. You notice a lot of your creams will have vitamin E in it, and that's why, because it is one of the vitamins that will absorb directly through the skin. So big thing of vitamin E is pretty cheap, and it'll last a really long time. Usually about 2 capsules a night is all I need. All right. So these are peeling really easy. And this is where the advantage of having store-bought eggs. Store-bought eggs will peel easier than fresh eggs from your neighbor, only because they're older. I mean, it really is. So they're already getting a little separation from the shell before you boil them. The ones from the neighbor, if I boil them, the peeling process is far more difficult. So I tend not to use them for boiled eggs. I tend to use them for, either over easy or scrambled or an omelet. So I got the 3 eggs. Basically, it's just a simple one. You can throw, ketchup over it. I used to throw A1 steak sauce over it, which I still do from time to time. But right now, I just do fresh ground pepper and sea salt. Whew. Sea salt, I like to have. I have regular iodized salt too, because iodide is something you need. A lot of times I'm just doing it this way. It's easy. Oh, okay, yeah, I made a new count. No, I know who you are. Weighed me on the tractor last week, right? I know you. I was wondering, I hadn't seen you there for a while. Would you be in school? Or are they homeschooling you? Which I think is better. Mm-hmm. Yep, just right up the road and take a left. I came out there last year with your grandma to help free a cow. Got its head stuck in the fence. Was going for the free food. So I take vitamins and supplements throughout the day, but you just don't want to take 50 at the same time. It's usually best to take it with food. Yeah, I can see it. Beans are drying up too. Going on my walk the other day, corn was really dried up. William, good morning. Yep, he does, Rob. Actually, he had a lot of them. Wow. Yeah, I seen that long orange there at your grandma's. That's got to make it interesting. And as they take the supplements, I set them off to the side so I remember I took them. So I'll give about my food about 10-15 minutes to relax. Then I'll be heading. So William, that is having some really good effects. One of them I didn't know is I've been leaning out, getting stronger, but been leaning out. When the wife notices, you know something's going right. Though my belly don't stick out as far. And I can suck it in more. So, but I will, one thing I'll tell you is get yourself some milk thistle. and take that after it to protect your liver. Like I said, this could cause liver problems, but the milk thistle will combat that. Reminds me from a funny skit from a Mad magazine when I was a kid, which I can't say about right now. I love bacon. So everybody, thanks for popping in. I do appreciate it. I don't think the sun's going to come out. But, you know, being only around 69 degrees, that's a good day to go for a walk. So that'll be right in my next video. I'll put out my walking videos. I do appreciate the support of everybody continuing to watch my longer videos, hitting the thumbs up, and click on an ad every now and then. Not everyone, but if you can click on an ad every now and then to let it open up for about a minute, that's the easiest way to support the channel. I got fish in my pond. Bluegill. You're right, there's a lot of fish in Mud Creek. I trapped a couple yellow bullheads there about 3-4 weeks ago. I put 2 of them in my pond. That's all I need. Easy to make, delicious, nutritious. It's good for you. Everybody, say you have a blessed day too. Everybody, thanks for joining in. I'm going to get the rest of my day going. And remember, rest, nutrition, proper exercise, and just enjoy life.